welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that's super important and affects most people that I know personally and has a huge effect on just your general happiness, and that is an abandonment wound. I find that 80% of the people that I know personally have experienced an abandonment wound of some sort at some point in their life. Symptoms of the abandonment wound, or what is actually called a self-love deficit, is either you stay with abusive partners or you have anxiety of your partner leaving. You might leave before them. There's the fear of just losing someone all the time, or fear that you're not enough, feeling unworthy. Most people just accept these symptoms as a part of life. They assume that everyone kind of experiences them and it's just something that you have to learn to overcome. But it's actually a core wound that will have a huge effect on everything in your life. So today I'm going to talk about how to heal it, how I personally healed it. A lot of you don't know that my life journey has given me so many bad experiences, or what could be perceived as bad, but has actually turned out to be a gift, because now I can sit here and teach others how to overcome these things. So my abandonment wound personally came from when the earliest I can remember is when I was around 8 years old, and I was taken into children's aid, which is foster homes, and I was just put through a bunch of foster homes, and that created a huge sense of unworthiness, of feeling like I'm not worth being loved, just a sense of always a fear that the carpet's always gonna be pulled up from under me, right? And now that might be an extreme case of an abandonment wound, but this can be caused from anything. It could be your parents getting divorced. It could be having to leave a parent a little bit earlier than, a little younger than you should have. There are so many different ways an abandonment wound could be created. It could be from partners leaving unexpectedly, right? So there is a way to heal this, and it's a lifelong process. So I don't want you to think you can do all this today and it's going to be completely healed by tomorrow, right? But it's about dedicating yourself to this, because truly you can be happy and just enjoy the good and the bad and just be happy in your own presence. Be happy with someone without playing any games, without fear of them leaving, all of that. Okay, so there's kind of 3 steps that I have found really have helped in this. And the first thing that you need to do is get out of your head and move into your heart, right? That's kind of this first step on any spiritual path, any kind of path of healing. Now, the abandonment wound is usually in your mind, right? It's those reoccurring thoughts of they're gonna leave, they're gonna leave, they're gonna leave me alone, I'm gonna lose them. It's just mostly just being in your head. You're overthinking everything. So the first thing you need to learn to do is to stay present. Now, this is gonna be one of the hardest lessons you learn in your entire life. The process of getting out of your head and just staying in your heart space, staying present in this moment. Now, what I suggest you do is get a notebook and write down all of these recurring patterns, thoughts that you have, right? Just try to stay present, and if something comes up where it's the pattern, it's always a pattern, right? It's always kind of the same thought with a different scenario that drives you insane. So write down these thoughts that you have, and you will start to see the recurring patterns in your thought process, right? And as you start to notice that, then you can turn it off and reject it when they come up, because you'll notice it as a pattern. And when you're staying present, you actually just want to kind of sit back and witness the experience you're having. Witness how your body feels, witness the light coming in and feeling the sun on your face. Stay present in this moment. Feel the warmth of the sun. Hear the sounds around you. Just try to stay there. And it really is a skill that needs to be developed, because it takes time to learn to stay present and experience everything that is around you, just like you did as a child. But you have to get back to that place, and it's really a habit, a skill that needs to be developed and practiced daily, every moment of the day. And don't get down on yourself if you get caught up in your thoughts again. Just realize the pattern, notice it and then push those thoughts away and come back to the present. Okay? With that, when you start to see these patterns, that brings us into the second step. These patterns you're gonna notice, for example, let's say the pattern is this person's gonna leave me, or I'm gonna be alone the rest of my life. Whatever the pattern is that keeps coming up in your mind, right? I want you to take that pattern and now go back in your life and write down the times in your life where that exact scenario has actually been created. Usually it's one main scenario with, usually for women it's with their father, and for men it's with their mother, but it can be the other way around. But I want you to find that one scenario that really just kind of created that wound. And you're gonna find that that same scenario is continually created throughout your life with different partners, with different friends, right? It's really you creating that scenario over and over and over again so that you can heal it, because you're trying to constantly fix it, right? Let's say your parents got divorced and your dad left. You are going to unconsciously create these scenarios so that your partner leaves, so that your friends leave for the same reasons. And the reason you're doing that is so that you have a chance to fix it again. You believe that if you keep creating the same thing over and over again, that one time eventually you're going to fix it, right? So you need to address the past and where that started from, that core wound. And there could be several different cases, right? It could be with your dad, with your mom, it could have been with your first love. And there's going to be different, it's going to be again, you're going to see these patterns of like, it started here and it happened here and here and here and here again. So you have to make a list of all of that and forgive the people involved. Just forgive that person, and you can say out loud, I forgive you, I'm sorry, and I love you. I find that's what really helped me release these things. But make an entire list of every single instance you felt that sense of abandonment in your lifetime, and forgive everyone involved for it. That's kind of the first step of healing, is giving forgiveness to the people outside of you, because what you need to realize is you are the one hurting yourself. It is not them hurting you. You are creating these situations to learn that lesson over and over and over again until you get it. It's not really them hurting you. They're just reflecting what you have inside of you. Okay, which brings me to the third step to healing the abandonment wound, which is forgive yourself for allowing these behaviors, right? And some of these behaviors you might not have even allowed. It could have been when you were a child, but it's about forgiving yourself for not knowing better, for not being able to do anything, for maybe even choosing these lessons in your life that you did decide before you came into this body. You decided to learn these lessons. Forgive yourself for allowing any of these behaviors, right? And self-forgiveness is the key to freedom, is the key to absolute bliss and happiness and just love. And it's the key to being able to love someone else because you love yourself so much that it doesn't matter if they leave. It doesn't matter if they leave, because that's their lesson. It's not about you, and you are perfectly happy and content on your own as you are with someone else, because you've learned to fill your own cup and you love yourself unconditionally. So I hope this helps you. If you need further support with healing your abandonment wound, please reach out to me. I offer coaching and hypnotherapy, and I have programs or one-on-one support for that. So I hope this helps, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you liked this video, and subscribe for the notifications so that you get notified when a new video pops up. Okay? Bye-bye, guys. Great talking to you.